Hey, friends. Welcome back to another Monday night at Heroes and Hooligans. We took us a little break, a little mid-season break there, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they call it in fancy shows, but that's what we're going to call it. A little mid-season break. And tonight, our characters are coming into the culmination of their last handful of sessions worth of work. They're going to the Belfry to take on the Dark Lady, right? That's your plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go so well.
Yep.
Easy.
Yep. Seems like a good plan, right?
It does. It seems like a great plan. So, the last we left off, I'll do recap so you guys don't have to. The last we left off, everybody was at the manor. Stork had a conversation with Fred, talked to him about, oh yeah, I'm a vampire now. You guys decided you wanted to go to the Belfry, and Valentina slipped off. And when Valentina slipped off, she took herself over to the quarantine zone and met with some people there and has decided that her mission has stopped here because she can do a lot more good staying and helping these sick folks than she could by, attacking vampires. So that's what she's going to do. Valentina's going to stay and help in the quarantine zone, try to figure out how to, make a cure, work on that, help people pass a little more with ease, maybe some more nefarious things given her particular interests that she has, but that's where she will be staying. So it's been a couple days. She sent a raven to the manor to let you know, hey, friends, it's been good traveling with you, but, our time has come to an end. And she leaves you, good partings. So we're going to time skip 2 days. You're going to have spent some time in the manor planning and being ready to go. And it is the day and or night of your attack. What time of day did you decide that you wanted to have your attack take place?
I doubt it would have been night. I assume we would have planned just early morning or mid-morning, probably when the sun's getting to its highest would be my guess, but I'm not sure.
Are you sure that's the way you would have played it, having Storic, now vampire, in your party?
That's why I said I'm not sure. Brill still thinks that would be better than going into a brood of full power vampires, but is open to discussion and negotiation.
That's fair.
Because we are half weekend.
I think Storic speaks up and when this discussion comes in play, and says that he thinks he can get by with the aid of his familiar through the disadvantages that sunlight now has for him.
Okay. So you do want to make your attack during the day. Okay. So it is the morning of the day you have planned to strike the Belfry. You are at the manor. You're preparing to go into town. How are you? Go ahead.
Our plan was to infiltrate, right, with people coming in, either sneaking in Harnock's case, or coming in as my thrall.
I think
because if we're doing that, night might be the move.
That's true. It would be pretty weird for you to show up in the middle of the day. That's fair. So, and if we were doing that, I think it would change slightly. I would now be the thrall that you're bringing in. Harnock would be like a chipmunk in my pocket or something, and I don't know Fred's plan because I think Val was our invisibility.
Well, before Valentina left, she gave people potions of invisibility, yes?
Yes, that is correct.
Oh, okay. So Fred could take one of those, and he would, in theory, be the only one that needs one. The three of us would sort of be walking in openly.
Fred has his own tricks up his sleeve.
I don't really.
You don't have to worry about him in your main assault plan. Your concern is your party at now. Fred is going to do Fred things.
Yeah, I think it.
I
Yeah, like I
would
said.
say. Oh, go ahead.
No, I
I
was
would
just gonna
say.
say. Go ahead.
I would say our like Storic's single biggest obstacle is that he needs an invitation. Otherwise, he's gonna die real quick.
Does he
He
though?
needs to be let in. Yes.
The Belfry is a church, right? Which is technically a public building, which doesn't reside in a private residence. So anyone
It's
can enter.
It's
it
become a
is
private residence.
it's the former city hall. The Belfry is the former city hall, so it is still technically considered city property. They just haven't done anything with it since the vampires have rumored to have taken it over. They haven't been really strong enough to clear it out. They're a bunch of humans and they're half plagued with disease. So technically it is public property still by deed. It's just got some squatters in it.
Well, if it's by deed in written law, then he doesn't need one. That's how vampires work.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Which is weird. But
So yeah, like pretty much like a modern day warehouse in New York that's full of a bunch of little vampire fledglings that have no sire.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Be right back. Storic has a sudden urge to go buy Mina Harker's apartment.
All right, so it is the day of your attack. You're going at night, so this is early evening, right around probably normal dinner time. You've got the plans, you've got everything set to go. Storic, you have your familiar, I'm sure, ready to fly and do some scouting. Fred is going to do Fred things and get into the Belfry in his own way. He's done his own reconnaissance and such over the last couple days as well. Harnack, you're going as a chipmunk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long does your chipmunk form last?
Give me 1 second. So it's for a number of hours equal to half my druid level,
Okay.
which is 7. So half of that would be 3 or 4.
Three.
4.
So 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 hours. Okay, so 3 hours.
D&D always
Okay.
rounds down.
Usually in favor of the player, though. So down on incoming damage, up on outgoing. But that's fine. 3 hours is good. That should be plenty of time, right? And how do you plan on approaching the Belfry? Are you going in your magical drawn carriage, or are you taking your boat across from the manor to the island so you have like a quick to the town so you have like a quick escape route? What is your means of getting into the city?
The carriage might make a statement.
Yeah, I think Storic's trying to come in like make an impression. He wants to meet the boss as quick as possible.
Okay.
So I think the carriage might be. I think we don't have a way to get the carriage over to the city, do we?
Yeah, it goes there's the little bridge that comes out of the manor and the land goes around. So there is the carriageway. You just take the road around the corner. Come in.
Or wait,
like on the northeast
did we find
side.
the carriage here at the mansion?
Yes, you did.
Maybe not take the carriage.
You found it covered in it was covered by a sheet. It looks very nice. It does not have any of the Bauengrat crests on it, however.
Okay.
The details on it are not indicative of the family that you assume previously owned it.
Okay. Could I try to like take a look at it and see if there are any crests or markings on it to show who owned it?
You could go out to the stable and look around it. Go ahead and just give me a perception check to see what you can see.
That's pretty good. 17.
Okay. So as you're looking around and you're looking at like the gold filigree details on this black lacquered carriage, you see the designs are more elegant, like fleur-de-lis and roses and things of such, but nothing stands out to you as being any family crest on there.
Okay.
Would you like to open it and look inside it as well?
I would love that, actually. That sounds wonderful. Let's take a look inside
Yeah.
the car or carriage.
So as you're looking around it, you realize like this carriage is slightly bigger than a normal 4-person seated covered carriage. And there's a door on the back and one door on the side. Which do you want to open first?
I'll start with the door on the side.
Okay, so you open the door on the side and you realize it's only got one bench seat in there and it faces forward, which it kind of looks a little off because it's much longer than that one little cabin space. So you wonder what is maybe in the back, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely gotta check. I gotta check it out. I mean, Storic's shown an overwhelming amount of curiosity so far.
So you go around
He's
to
not
the
learned
back.
his lesson about opening strange things.
No, he hasn't. So you open the back door to the carriage, and there is a window in the back, but it's covered by like heavy red velvet drapes. And when you open it, you see 2 metal tracks on the floor of the carriage there. Looks like if they're hooked to something, it slides out and back in.
Well, I guess time to start a morgue.
Aces. It is fits. You figure out that it looks like you can attach the other pieces of the brackets to the bottom of a coffin and have a coffin roll in and out.
All right, nice. Yeah, I think having Brill honestly drive the carriage up in the daytime with me in the coffin in the back might be the move.
Just park outside and like wait for sundown or something.
No, just pull up to the door, be like, we need, and that way we're only dealing with thralls to begin with, while all the other vamps are resting.
That could
Pull
work.
up to the door, be like, my master needs entry, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Do any of you possess the ability to use a disguise kit with proficiency?
Probably not. On my,
Mm,
Brill?
No.
Means of
I have
disguising
thieves' tools. That's it. Thieves'
How
tools
do
is the only
you-
tool.
Do any of you have the disguise self magic spell?
I have ult myself.
I don't think alter self will help them because I think that's one you can only cast on yourself.
I do
Okay.
not. No.
How do you plan on passing Brill off as your thrall if she does not appear to be under the influence or have bite marks on
Brill,
her?
Oh, that's
Brill's a
simple. I'm
charisma
gonna beat the
character.
shit out of her.
Oh,
I will allow there to be a bite mark, for selling it. But other than that, Brill does not have a lot of charisma, but I'm relying on a slightly better than average performance.
okay. And you do have coin and a market district if you wanted to try to stop and maybe buy a disguise kit. I would let you make a performance roll.
I guess my question is, what in a disguise kit is going to make me look like I'm under the influence of a vampire?
I
Makeup.
assume a disguise
Also,
with
I do
makeup.
also just have some charm person. I could just
Oh,
charm.
You could. That would very much put Brill under your influence to be under your charm. You can. I do believe you can choose to fail, or are you a race that can't be charmed?
No, I can be charmed.
Okay, you can do that.
I think I need to roll
Do
a
you trust me?
D100.
Do you trust me?
Yeah, I think I need a D100.
Okay. So, based on your previous relationship with Storic, let's say anything above a 60, you don't trust Storic enough to allow him to put you under charm because you're
Which
still up
doesn't which doesn't mean he can't, but it does mean I won't willingly fail.
Right. Okay.
That is a 50 though. So Brill will, with a side glance at Harnock, that I assume Harnock has the insight to tell means I'm trusting you, will willingly fail the save if Storic so chooses.
Okay.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah, I think on the drive up, I charm Brill.
How are you going to do that in a coffin?
It's you have to see it.
Exactly.
How long does it last?
An hour.
That's plenty of time for us to get there. We just need to get past the guards with me charmed.
Yep. Yeah, you could stop right before you get to the Belfry and do the charm.
Yeah,
and
Stork
such.
pops his head out of his coffin, looks at you through the back window, and whoosh.
Yep. Or Brill could come around because the seat to drive the
Yeah,
Carol
maybe Bro
is on
will like make it look like she's checking a wheel or a strap or something
Yeah.
on the non-existent horse because it's a magical cart.
Yep.
And then we'll like come to the back to check the cargo and we'll walk out misty-eyed.
Okay. Yeah, that works. So we'll stay, it's still evening time, right? So like the sun is still up, but getting ready to set when you head out, right? Because
Do we have
you
a
see
nice
what-
sea mist for atmosphere?
I was just going to say it is fairly misty as the sun is starting to come down. You should still be in the time to deal with Thrall because it's still light enough, but it's still fairly dark and obscured because it's not a bright area. Like the sun doesn't shine on Lysec any given day. But you just so happen to be coming out of some thunderstorms and the land is fairly misty around. So you have that extra ethereal feeling. All right, so you have a plan. We know what time you're going to go. Are you ready? Are you ready to do it? All right.
Chipmunk
give us-
noises.
Some music. Is Harnock changing to a chipmunk before you leave, or are you going to wait until Brill gets to change?
I'll probably.
I would say Harnock should probably change before he gets in the car.
Yeah,
so it
I mean, I
doesn't
have
smell like
3
an extra
hours,
person.
so
You do have 3 hours. That's right.
yeah, I'll
If you
probably do
think-
it as we're leaving.
Okay. All right. So as you're getting ready to crawl into the carriage, Harnock does a wild shapy thing and crawls up Brill's leg and gets in your pocket of your jacket. In the manor, you found some clothes and things that were left. So Brill, I'm assuming you're going to don what looks like a butler's or servant's outfit, somebody that would drive a carriage. It's got the coat, the nice kind of higher waisted pants sort of thing to play the part, right?
If there's something available, yeah.
Yeah, so you'll have that. Storic, you'll also be dressed in something nicer.
I was actually going to ask if Storic could have spent those past 2 days working on reshaping his armor to
Sure.
no longer fit with his dedication to the Inquisition, since that's kind of gone by the side.
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll have refitted your armor into something more aristocratic knight rather than actual service knight.
Yeah.
Something befitting of a vampire master, right?
Yeah, especially since it's the armor with those fancy gems that I got off of our recently
Selenar.
disappeared friend. Well, no,
Yeah.
it was the dwarf that I was thinking of. Our
Oh,
barbarian.
yep. Melnir.
Yes.
Yeah, so you've fancied you've got your armor looking more aristocratic and fancy, something more befitting of a vampire lord than a member of the Inquisition, which is also why Brill is wearing something different and not her old, roguey stuff. Brill, you still probably have a hood on, no, to keep your disembodiment covered, which is fine. It adds to the eeriness of a random vampire carriage pulling up somewhere in a foggy evening.
That was going to be the other thing I was going to say. I was going to say, otherwise, Brill's normal attire looks genuinely vampire and creepy with her hood pulled and her robes over her leathers and stuff.
Yep. I think we're just part of
one
meeting
thing
the dark.
before we go, how am I introducing you?
I think you don't speak my name.
I mean, when I
board.
say you want to talk, you need to talk to whoever's in charge. They're going to ask who you are.
All right. Shit. I didn't think about that.
I need some kind of cool lord. What's it called?
Sir Storic of Earth and Air. Sure.
Or Lord. You could call him Lord Storic. That sounds
Lord
fancy.
Storic.
Yeah, I think Lord is. I think we're going to need to pull out Lord. I don't think Sir is going to get the right attention.
So Lord Storic of the Earth and Air. I mean, that works. That sounds fancy as fuck. Okay. So everybody gets ready. Fred, are you riding in with them and then parting ways when you get into the city? Or are you going about things your own way?
He's probably getting a lift in. He's still an old man.
Okay. So you'll get in, probably ride up next to Brill, since Harnock is in Brill's pocket and Stork's in a coffin, since, you have developed the ability to be in the light some, even though you're mostly covered. So you can ride along with them and then part your ways when you get near the Rose Garden. Okay, so you do. So you head off. It is a foggy evening. The sun is just starting to set. The fresh smell of a storm is still in the air. And your carriage sets out. Brill, you're holding the reins to the magical invisible horses that pull this carriage because it looks the part. It's fun. And so you set up and you take around, and it takes you about 45 minutes by carriage to go the road that goes around the quarantine zone and comes up into Lysec near the Rose Garden. So you pull into town. It's fairly quiet. You're in an area that people try to really avoid. The Rose Garden is rumored to be where the vampire cult folks stay outside of the Belfry. So you have two places you could pull off to do your charming. One of them being near the King's Coin, which you're familiar with, or you could go by the Rose Garden itself. Where do you choose to pull off, Brill?
I imagine the one that's a little bit further away, so I think that's the King's Coin, just because I don't want any watchers to actually see or notice anything.
Yep, so you do. You pull off by the King's Coin, not necessarily directly at the King's Coin, but off to the side after coming into town from there. And you go to the back, you're checking the wheel, and Stork, you make your eye contact. What does it look like when you put Brill under your charm?
I think Stork just tilts his head to the side, gazes at Brill, and says, "Remember, you trust me above all else." Stork's eyes kind of flash a dead, lifeless gray for a second, and then that same cloud passes over Brill's. And Stork leans in to leave the bite mark.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you, Huli.
Mm-hmm.
Stork is a newborn vampire who has not fed.
Yep, very much
Do I need
is.
to make a wisdom save to resist?
Yeah, a DC 18 wisdom save.
All right, we add 1 to this. That's a natural 20.
Okay. So as tempted as you are when you bite into Brill, you feel the warm sensation of the blood pass across your fangs and over your tongue just briefly enough, and you, for a moment, you falter and your instincts, your animalistic instincts kick in. But just about the same time they kick in, a voice in the back of your mind says, remember, she trusts you above all else, and it draws you to stop. So you don't end up feeding on Brill. What is the command you give to Brill now, since she is charmed by you? And
I don't know if he needs to. Charm just means like I view him favorably.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Fantastic then. So you don't have to. So all right, Brill, you get a little bite, your eyes sort of gloss over, they look smoky, absent. And the deed is done. So you lock up the back of the carriage, and Fred has gone his separate way during this.
Mm-hmm.
And you're off now. What do you do?
Yep. I drive the carriage up to the front gate
Okay.
of the Belfry.
And when you get up to the front gate of the Belfry, you only see 2 guards, I guess you could call them. They're not really dressed like guards. They're dressed in robes, more like, but they both are carrying a sword at their side. Acolytes, we could say.
I don't think she initially looks up. She keeps kind of just kind of staring at the ground almost aimlessly. And eventually she says, please, monsieurs, my master needs to speak to the person in charge.
Okay. Give me a DC 17 persuasion. At advantage for charm.
That is a 15 plus 2 with advantage.
Okay, so a 17. Okay. So they don't say anything to you. They're very stoic. Think palace guards in England, how they are, how they don't talk to you, they don't engage with you, they just keep their watch. They sort of look to each other, and then the gate swings open and you're able to drive the carriage in.
And she does.
Okay. So when you drive the carriage in, you're now inside the Belfry walls. They were very high rock walls. You can still see them around as you look around. You're sitting up on top of the carriage anyways. And when you pull in, there's like a round driveway. There's a huge fountain in the middle, has some shrubbery and hedges around it. Very well taken care of, very elegantly manicured. Now that you're inside, it seems to look much more kept than it did when the familiar kind of flew over. You're seeing something different through a different vision. And you can take the carriage and you can pull it around the circle drive right to the front door of the Belfry building itself.
So there's that too. The raven would have been on my shoulder.
Yeah,
right,
that's fine.
Raven?
Yeah.
Quoth the raven, nevermore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's a creepy kind of bird. It would make sense.
Yeah. Is there anyone in these grounds or any clear indication of where to go?
So if you follow the drive, it's like I said, it's sort of like a circular drive when you come in, and you would follow it around, and it would go around the outside of the fountain, around the hedgery, and the apex of the drive would be right in front of the front doors to the building of the Belfry itself.
Okay, so yeah, she'll like pull up to there. Is there like more guards or anything here, or is it just
two more standing outside the Belfry door?
So she'll for a second like pull up and just sit there, and again wait to see if they do or say anything.
Mm-hmm. Very Buckingham Palace. They don't say a word.
Then I think this time she's just going to go to the back, because at this point, right, like it's sunset, it's like dim light dark, right?
Yep. The sun is coming down. It's not super bright. There's no lighting in the yard. It's just sort of the natural light, whatever breaks through the mist.
Yeah. So yeah, she'll just like go to the back and open it up, right, and like pull out, I assume, the coffin, and Storic will pop out.
Okay. All right, so you'll do that. Fred, when you went your separate ways, you had done some recon for the Belfry previously and had found a way in that wasn't through the front door. You had found an old sewer connection that ran out into sort of the Rose Garden area that you knew you could drop down into the sewers and take the sewer way into the Belfry from below. So that is the way you have gone when you've gotten away from them. So you went down through the sewers. You have traveled up and you've come to a gate. It is a metal gate that sort of shuts the Belfry off from the sewer, but it looks like at one point it did used to get used for something. Who knows what, but it was a gate there for a reason. It is rusted shut with a padlock on it. You could use your thieves' tools to try to pick it and get into it if you would like.
Sure, how do I make that roll again? It's been a while.
Sleight of hand plus proficiency.
Sleight of hand.
Mm-hmm. You need a DC 20.
Okay. That is at 26.
Okay. So you fiddle with it. After some time, you're able to wiggle the tumblers on the inside and break through the rust that's kind of keeping them from turning. And you hear the click, click, and it pops into place, and you're able to pull the padlock off and swing the gate open. And it creaks very, very loudly when you swing it open. It is extremely rusty. The smell in the sewer is sewer and death. It doesn't smell great, but you're through. And when you cross the gate, it takes you down like a little tunnel that ends at another door. It is a metal door and it is also locked, and it doesn't seem to have been opened in a very long time. You will also need to pick this lock to enter through it.
Okay.
Same roll as last time, DC 20.
That's 20 then.
Okay, so yeah, you do. Same as before, you fiddle with it. You break the tumblers free, and you hear the click, click, and the lock opens, and you swing the door open, and you find yourself in a cellar below the Belfry.
Charming. Do I see anything ahead of me?
So, in this cellar, when you step into it, a very familiar smell hits your nose. It's the smell of a rotting corpse. As your eyes adjust and you sort of look around, there's no firelight in here, there's no torches, anything like that. It is very dark. And that smell is so pungent. And as you look around, you see there are like hay pallets made on the ground where people are sleeping. And you realize very quickly you are in a vampire spawn haven.
Oh. I have friends.
There are 6 of them. They are all currently sleeping. And the source of the smell isn't very far from you at all. It's in the second bed on the left side, where you see one of the vampire spawns is cuddled up to a dead and bloated body. Somebody you recognize as a merchant that would come through and shop at your stall fairly regularly, who you hadn't seen for the last couple of weeks. Suspicions confirmed, he's food.
Such a shame. Oh well, moving on.
You want to sneak past them?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Let's see. Action. They only have a 13 passive, so that's all you need to beat with a stealth to be able to slip past them while they're sleeping.
Well, even with a 1, I'm rolling an 18, so...
Yeah, so just go ahead and roll it for funsies.
27.
Okay, so you roll a 27, and you can tiptoe past to the door on the other side. It is a wooden door on the other side. It does not appear to be locked. There's a handle, one of those latch handles that when you lift the latch, it opens the thing on both sides, and you could slide it open.
Fair enough.
Okay. So you do that. You go from that room into the next room. The next room doesn't quite smell as awful as the spawn nest did. There's no rotting bodies in here. It's more broken crates and barrels of things that used to be, whether it was fish or stuff. It looks like a storage room, essentially.
Is there anything heavy enough that I could put up against the door to block it?
You could try to move one of the shelves. There's some pretty large wooden heavy shelves that you could try to move one of if you'd like.
Sure, I'll try and jar the door with one of those.
Sure. 16 athletics to be able to lift it without making a ton of noise.
Alright, that's the wrong fucking thing. Athletics. 19.
Okay. So you're able to strong arm. You're pretty strong. You've got some supernatural strength. You pick up one of these wooden shelves and you move it. And it's very heavy, you notice, when you pick it up. Probably close to 200 pounds worth of wood that you're moving around. So you pick it up, you swing it around, you slide it right up against that door. So it will take some struggle to push it open.
Especially with such young vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. Is there anything else in the room that would catch my eye?
Nothing of interest. It's sort of big. It's a pretty big, it's like the main part of the cellar storage and such. And at the other end, you can see just a bit of light where it looks like comes down from the stairs.
And I'll head over to the stairs then. Continue my search.
I would like to ask one question before we go back to the others.
Okay.
Did you close the door you snuck in behind yourself when you came into the spawn nest?
Knowing Fred, most likely yes, because he's dealt with vampires before, so he's not that stupid.
Okay, so you did pull
Probably
it shut.
not locked, but at least closed it.
Okay, so it wasn't obviously open. Okay. All right, so you're in the cellar under the Belfry, and you see some stairs that look like they go up. We're going to go back to Brill, Storic, and Harnot. So, Brill, you jump down from your seat, you walk around to the back, you open the door of the carriage. Do you pull the coffin out for Storic, or do you just have him crawl out from the inside?
I was intending to pull out the coffin, if nothing else, to make a spectacle.
Okay. So you slide it out, being as it's mounted on the tracks, it's fairly easy for you to pull forward. So you do, you slide it right forward. And when you do, you notice a little set of stairs drops down from the tracks on the side. So that way Storic has a easier climb out of his comfortable coffin here. Store? Did we lose Chip? Or no?
Sorry, I forgot my headset mic was muted. I think Storic just pushes the lid of his coffin off, letting it clatter off to the side. And it's a stone coffin, correct? It's one of the ones from downstairs.
No, this one is much nicer. It's not the stone one. This is where you have taken the insides. I should have said this. You have taken the inside of the stone coffin you were birthed in and turned it into like a traveling wooden one once you found the carriage. So it's kind of like a fancy, nice looking wooden one.
Okay,
It's
gotcha.
your original because you took the guts out of the original one and put it in.
Gotcha. Okay, then yeah, Storic just opens the lid of the coffin, rises up, takes a few steps down the stairs there, and turns to the guards. You will grant me entry and lead me to your mistress.
Intimidation.
Can Brill offer the help action by looking intimidating?
Sure.
All right.
19.
All right, so I add 3 to this, and then I've got a maneuver I can use if need be. All right. So I'm gonna spend a superiority die to add that to my intimidation check there.
Sounds good to me.
Hey, there we go. It's a 22.
Okay. Yeah, so they just kind of move their pikes to the side and allow you in. They don't lead you anywhere, but they do move they've got their sword at their side and I don't know what it's called, like a glaive or a halberd, whatever, some kind of pole arm. They move them, they uncross them, and the doors swing open.
All right. I gesture for them to lead us in.
Neither one of them moves. If you walk up the steps and look clear inside the door there, you'll see what looks like a younger woman. She's also in black robes. Her hood is actually down, but you can see fresh bite marks on her neck with, just a little bit of that dribble, looking like she's probably a thrall or, a blood bag or lions going to do that.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll just head on in.
Brill will follow.
And I'll turn to the guards and gesture at the blood bag. May I feed? It has been a long journey.
She waves her arm and says, right this way. And she'll lead you to a small alcove. Now, when you walk into the Belfry, it's fairly dimly lit. There are a few candles lit along the way. The chandeliers are off. They're not shining natural light. The only light of the place is candlelight. The shadows cast across the inside, and it looks like they've converted this building into somewhat of a den in itself. So all of the furniture is sort of moved around. There's a lot of heavy, dark fabrics and velvets and things like that. It's very luxurious, but very outdated. It's very Victorian era style stuff, right? So it's super posh, super nice, but everything's dark colors. And she leads you to an alcove, which previously would have been a library sort of hall of records, which they've converted into stalls, that each stall has somebody for you to feed off of inside. So she'll lead you into this main room and she'll, wave her hand. She doesn't speak, but there are several open curtains, each of them having somebody different inside. Some are women, some are men. There are different races. If you prefer elves, there's elves. If there's want dwarves, there's dwarves. There's, it's a buffet. Pick what you like.
I think Storik takes a look here at everyone here. None of these are to my taste. Just to your mistress.
Okay. And she does like a nod that indicates very well, and she leads you back out. And she takes you, doesn't take you up any stairs. You stay on the main floor of the Belfry, but she takes you to the back of the Belfry where there's a small fire built in a fireplace. It's not a super bright glowing fire. It's just burning at just a very low light. Nothing you could cook on, just enough for like a light source. And there are 3 sort of couch / chaise lounge chairs kind of in a half circle around a table, and it's a very nice table. It's got a tray in the center with a decanter of what you can only assume is blood. It's a very dark red liquid. And there are 3 or 4 more mature vampires there. One of them, a gentleman dressed extremely, extremely well. He looks like a nobleman, and he seems to be the one in charge when she leads you over. Obviously not a mistress, but she took you to the boss.
Okay. Hello.
He just kind of looks at you up and down. He doesn't say anything, but he lifts a leg and crosses it and kind of sits back with his arm holding a glass up, and he just waits for you to speak.
Storik's gonna gesture questioningly to one of the other seats. May I?
He does a curt nod.
Yeah, Storik lays down, and I think this might be the first time anyone's actually seen Storik laying down anywhere other than a coffin. Might be the first time he's done it. We'll see.
So you sit on the chaise lounge and stretch out. Okay.
Yeah.
How very Lestat of you, Storik.
Yeah. And he looks at this we'll just person in charge. I came to meet with the lady in black, not an underling.
Who says I'm the underling?
You claim to be a power behind the throne.
Curious. I've never met you before. What is your name?
Storik, Lord of Air and Earth.
Nice to meet you, Storik. You could call me Sir Codpiece.
Say that one more time.
You heard me.
Sir Codpiece?
That's what I said.
Okay, I just had to check. I was like, I'm deaf. That's probably wrong.
Nope, that's definitely what I said.
Sir Codpiece.
He's not Daddy. Harnock, stop.
I have come to discuss neutrality and mutual aid. Is that better discussed with you, or with the lady and your whispers in her ear?
The lady speaks through her council, and he waves his hand at the other vampires sitting around, and they're all dressed equally as obnoxiously fancy. You know, the powdered faces, the fake beauty marks, the big wig hair, all of that nonsense. We handle her business. I'm just not quite sure what you could bring to us that would be mutually beneficial.
Have you ever dreamed of expansion? Moving beyond a wretched, plague-racked city?
Well, of course we have, but business needs to be resolved here first.
I understand wanting to finish your business at home, but I had a proposition for a place with towers that rise so high they could blot out the sun itself.
And where is this mythical land of towers with so tall they blot out the suns themselves?
Oh, a place I have visitors' rights to. The halls of the Elven Council.
Oh. The Elven Council, you say. And he sort of looks to the others and then back at you. You think you can take the Dark Lady to the Elven Council?
I think the Dark Lady could take them and lead their edicts in a way that benefits us.
Well,
My talents, as you can see, lie in strength, not the manipulation of masses as the ladies.
This seems to be very interesting. Though, how will you prove that you can be trusted?
What proof would you wish?
Maybe a showing of your skills?
Gladly.
Okay, wonderful. We have some others who have been wanting to join forces with the lady as well. I think we'll have a battle, and the strongest of you will be the ones who will have the allegiance of the lady.
As it is, I shall bring my thralls with me then? Or shall it be me myself?
Well, it would be unfair for you to be outnumbered. So, sure, bring your thrall.
Alright. I'm gonna gesture to Brill and motion up to join the conversation. Quite bright, this one. It's a shame to dim this mind.
Yeah. I do hear the bright ones taste better.
Yes. Especially once you've bent them to where you don't need the magic anymore. And I'm gonna dismiss the charm person.
Okay.
Brill, darling, we have a fight on our hands.
And he stands and says, yes, right this way. And he opens a door behind him that leads down a set of stairs. And he begins to descend the set of stairs, assuming you're going to follow him. One of the women of the council following with, she takes his arm and they lead you down. And do you choose to follow? Storic and Brill? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you go down, and then the last two council members come behind you, and they lead you down the stairs to what looks like an underground fighting arena.
Storik, who did like half his training inside caves, is sitting here like, "Fuck yeah, this is my shit." Fighting underground, I got it.
Yeah.
I am the Earth.
So he leads you and he opens the door to the arena in the center of the arena's in the center of a room. It's like you can see the cage up kind of over the top. There's a door and a gate that has a little pedestal you can walk down. And you see down there 4 faces that look absolutely terrified. Do you go down?
I don't think we have much other choice than to continue our lie at this point. So yeah.
Okay. So you descend the stairs, you and Brill, Tarnock in Brill's pocket, and you're standing in front of these 4 individuals. These 4 individuals who so happen to be named Daniel Bloodstone, Flint Lockwood, Bella.
I'm sorry. Harnock? That you?
And your granny.
Oh, lovely.
What do you do?
May the match be well fought, friends. And I think Storik looks up at the outside, at the stands, whatever there are around this arena.
Mm-hmm.
Shall we begin? Or are there formalities to proceed with as he unsheaths his sword?
He shuts the gate and puts a lock on the outside so nobody could try to escape during the battle. And he says, "Oh, just a moment." And before we begin, and he opens another door, and through the door comes the entirety of the cult of the Black Lady to sit in the stands around and watch this spectacle. Fred, when you hope everybody has both your character sheets ready, by the way.
Oh,
Yep.
we do.
Fred, when you're in the cellar, are you going up the stairs?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you get up the stairs, it's about the time that Storik is getting to the council, and you're hearing them talk, and they're going through the door in the back. Do you follow them down, or do you look for the Black Lady herself?
Nah, everyone's distracted. I've got my job to do.
Okay. So you look for the Black Lady herself. They didn't go up any of the stairs in the room, but there are 2 sort of sets of stairs on the side that look like they go up to the second floor. Second floor has balconies that stretch to the front, but there's something larger towards the back.
I'm just going to head upstairs and just see what I can find.
Okay. So give me a perception check when you go up the stairs.
Spreadsheet. That's a 13.
Okay.
No, hang on. That's fatigue. So plus 10. So 23.
Okay. So when you get up top, like I said, it kind of comes together. Both sets of stairs come together at the top of the balcony. And each direction goes down. It looks like, to old offices and things. But there's a set of double doors at the back. And there are 2 guards outside of the double doors.
Are they wearing any different sort of armor or anything, or is it just the same, like, robes?
Nope, they're in the same black robes with a sword at their side and their long stick of whatever sort of weapon it is. I have no fucking idea. A pike, a glaive, a halberd, whatever they're called.
I'm just gonna walk straight up to them. See if they say anything.
They do not say anything, but their weapons are crossed in front of the door.
Can I tell if they're just thralls or are they vampires?
You could roll insight or perception, whichever one.
I'll roll perception because that's the higher of it. 41. Fucking Jesus.
Which did you roll, insight or perception?
Perception.
Perception, okay. Yeah, they look like, all of the guards that you've seen look like they're thralls, yes.
Then I'm simply just gonna stare at them for a couple of seconds to say, move. I have business with your mistress. Leave now and survive.
Give me a intimidation or persuasion, whichever you so choose.
Neither of them are very good. But 17 for intimidation.
Okay. So they kind of look at each other and then look at you, and they're kind of confused because they know they're not supposed to let anybody in, but you seem extremely convincing. And they move their weapons away and allow you into the room.
Okay, I'll walk straight past them without a second word.
So you open the doors and you walk in the room, you close the door behind you?
Yes, and if there's a lock, I lock it.
Okay. And in this room, it is lit by candlelight. There are roses about the room, a lot of flowers in different vases and things, candles on the floor. But in the center, raised up on a pedestal, is a beautiful black lacquered coffin, which at this moment is closed.
Just gonna slowly make my way over and just push it open.
Okay. All right, we will get to that moment. Back to the pit in the basement there. I asked you guys to roll up a second set of characters. And for those of you in the audience who didn't recognize the names, those are the names of their second set of characters they have rolled up. What is going to happen here is you are going to battle against your new characters, and whichever one survives is the one that you will play out through the rest of the campaign.
Okay.
Well, nothing to it but to do it, I guess.
That is correct. So this is everybody's favorite time of the game, where we do the thing that we so love to do. You're going to roll me initiatives for both of your characters.
Do I need to roll for both or just Daniel?
Well, you just need to roll for Daniel.
Okay, good. I was about to say, Fred's not even here.
Nope. Fred's going to have his own. Okay. What does Stork have for himself?
Stork got an 8.
Lovely. Harnock, what do you got for your other?
Harnock is a 6 and Flint is a 27.
Flint is a 27, so it'll be Flint first. And
Flint.
then it will be Dan. And then it will be Grand. And then it will be Brill. And after Brill will be Storic. and then Bella, and then Harnock. Bringing up the rear, Harnock. Okay. So the four that were already in the arena, you will have figured out by looking at them that they are fucking terrified. They are not people, in fact, that wanted to join the cult of the Black Lady. They were kidnapped from various places and put to sleep and have woken up here. It seems like this happens fairly. Happened to walk in on a night where they had some fresh meat for the grinder. They were going to make a battle against themselves, but why do that when the rest of you are here? So the gate is closed. A bunch of the cult comes around. They're circling. It kind of gets some commotion, and you see some human thralls who are very, very clearly slaves to the vampire cult, bringing around decanters of what you can assume to be the delicious coppery flavor of fresh blood. There's no popcorn because they don't need those kind of snacks, but there seems to be talk back and forth, some bets being made, and they're ready for a fight. They're ready to watch a fight. Do any of you say anything to anybody while you're down there?
Brill will look at the four terrified, clearly people and not thralls, and say, if you trust us, we don't have to do this.
Quick note, Daniel does not give a fuck that he's been kidnapped. This is a normal thing for him. He just standing there like, when's this gonna fucking happen? Doesn't
All right.
care about him. He's the only one not terrified as far as I'm aware, but he doesn't care.
Okay. So he just has like a I don't give a shit attitude. I'm going to do what I have to do to survive here, sort of.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Fancy Pants, Sir Codpiece, he gets up and does some grandstanding, some announcing, talks about fights and the bets and whatever. And he says, at the burst of green, go. And he shoots a burst of red into the air, and then another burst of red, and then a burst of yellow, and another burst of yellow. And then after the intensity sort of hangs in the air a moment as people start drawing up their weapons and preparing, he lets that moment sit, the anxiety build, and then he sets off a burst of green. Flint is up first in initiative order. What does Flint do?
Well, Flint's gonna look. He's gonna listen to what Brill said real quick. He's like, sorry, they're paying more. And so now I'm wondering, because as a highway rider, when we roll for initiative, he can use a reaction.
Okay.
Am I still allowed to do that?
What's the reaction?
So when I roll for initiative, I can use my reaction to take one of the following actions. Make a weapon attack with advantage, move my speed or mount speed without provoking an opportunity attack, take the dodge action, or interact with an object.
Yeah, you could do any of that. That's fine.
He sees Brill, he sees Stork. He's probably going to whip the pistol out, and he's going to fire at Stork with his flintlock.
Okay. So go ahead and do it.
Let me... Gotta get Flint's character sheet. Okay, there we go. A +1 weapon is just to damage, or is that to the attack roll?
Both.
It's both. +1 to damage, +1 to the attack.
Alright, so for his reaction attack with advantage, that'd be a 16.
That does not hit.
Alright, so that's
Okay.
his reaction. Pew, pew.
Okay.
And then with his full action, he's going to fire his other one.
Okay.
And that would
Is that at store too?
Yeah, it's also a story. That's a 14. So
Well,
it's missed.
Okay. Does Flint take any movement?
No. So we'll stay. How far away is Flint right now?
It is a very small arena, 30 foot across. So you've only got 30 foot of movement from one way to the other.
Oh, like a 30-foot diameter.
Diameter, that's the word I was looking for.
Okay, so he's probably about 15 feet away from Stork and them.
Probably. I'd say you're on opposite sides.
Okay, yeah, that'll be his EOT.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Let me answer this question. I'm looking up a name for Kevin. I sent it to your DMs, Kevin.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, so that was Flint. Next is Dan.
Seeing Flint pull out his pistol, Dan is literally just gonna mime doing the exact same thing and just do finger guns and just fire off 2 Eldritch blasts towards Brill.
Towards Brill? Okay.
Yeah, because screw it, why not? That is a very bad one on the first one. That's a 90, I should say. No, that misses. And 23 on the second one.
Brill's AC is 13.
Okay, so the first one misses, the second one hits.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
8 damage. And then once he's done, he's just going to mime, just blow the smoke up his fingers.
All right, so Brill, 8 damage. Next in initiative is Grand.
Yeah, Grand is going to take one look at everybody here. And is going to cast Greater Invisibility on themselves.
Okay.
So Grand completely disappears from view.
Perfect.
And then I think that's it.
Okay. Brill, it is your turn. You spoke to these folks and said to trust you for the plan, and they started blasting. So what do you do?
Brill. Yeah, I think Brill's gonna bonus action cast. Where did Brill get Shadow Blade?
From her warlock stuff, maybe?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm not gonna use that because I don't think she's supposed to have it. Oh no, that's a second level spell. Yes, never mind. She casts Shadow Blade, and she's going to rush up and take a swing at Flint with her Shadow Blade. And is going to miss with a 3+.
Okay. Yeah. I assume that misses. Who were you going after?
Flint.
Flint. Okay. Yeah. 3 misses, I'm sure.
Guns are scary.
Guns are scary. Is that EOT for Brill?
Well, since Brill moved and Flint did not, he now gets to make an attack against her.
Does it take your reaction to make the attack?
I don't think it matters because his reaction was to initiative before his turn.
Fair.
Yeah, so he got his reaction back.
To be fair, she's within, 10 feet of me now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which means I'll have disadvantage on this.
5,
Yeah, because it's
Yeah, because my foot after 20s.
go for it.
Roll! Roll. 16. That hits bro, right?
Yeah.
Brill's AC is 13.
Sorry, did not realize I had muted. Yeah.
2, 4. Well, that's 4 total damage.
Okay.
Brilla's terrified because there was a loud noise, and now she's hurt.
All right. So that's the end of Brill's turn. Storic, it is now your turn.
Storic is going to rush Flint Lockwood.
Okay.
And is going to make a swing with the Force Sword.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Alright, I'm going to make this a trip attack using a maneuver. So I need a strength saving throw DC 16 from Flint Lockwood.
Strength saving throw. 20.
And that's going to be 30 damage. Or, sorry, I got to roll the superiority die. 38 damage.
That is a 19 save.
Alright, Flint is not knocked prone.
So it's 38.
Is that EOT from you, Storic?
I'm going to take my extra attack, do the same. 15 to hit.
That misses.
Alright, and then I'm going to spend a Fury point for the first time to make a bonus action bite attack against Flint Lockwood. That is a dirty 20.
That is.
Alright. I'm going to need a DC 14 Constitution save.
15.
Alright, you're good. So you take 9 piercing damage. As Storic bites into the neck of Flint Lockwood.
Ah.
I just want you to know that your audience has granted the DM an advantage.
In a battle where the DM isn't rolling?
I will be battling Frederick. Don't worry.
Oh no! Fred!
Yeah, fucking battle ahead of me.
Wait, but what if Fred loses and we kill Dan?
Then I'll just make another character. It's fine.
Pretty much.
I
Oh,
already have
no.
an idea for the character, so it's fine.
And I thought I was being paranoid, bringing it back up.
All right. I love it. All right. Perfect. Storks, that's the end of your turn.
Yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Bella.
Bella has been relatively ignored here, which makes sense because she is a small wooden doll-like creature. And she is going to just kind of shift so that she is to the side of all of this fighting happening right here. She's going to mutter some words and point her staff forward, and a small trickle of water is going to start coming out. And then it's going to just turn into a huge deluge as she casts Tidal Wave.
Oh, so it's a water. Oh, fuck! I thought a water gun.
Tidal wave. How many people does that affect? Like, what is
30 feet long, 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall. So I think it hits everyone.
everybody? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody needs to make the save.
Yeah, and it's a dex save. The DC is 15. That sounds right.
Yep. And that includes Grand.
Yep.
I rolled a 7. So I'm getting bitch slapped by a fucking tidal wave.
Dex save DC what? Sorry.
15.
So
I got a 25. Natural 20.
Storic is gonna spend another Fury point to basically gain evasion for a turn as a reaction. So
Okay.
Stork will take half damage on a fail, full on it. Half damage on a fail, none on a pass. Stork failed with a nat 1.
Okay.
So Flint passed with a 25. Does Hark even roll for this?
Yeah, Harnock is still a chipmunk.
Yeah, I just kind of figured he would fail. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, you could still roll it if you'd like.
He rolled a 4.
Yeah.
The magic detect is the only one that succeeds.
So go ahead and roll up your damage.
That was 25 damage. 12 halved, and those who failed are also knocked prone.
Okay. So Stork is prone.
Harnock, I believe that damage will knock you out of your form.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think a chipmunk has a lot of HP.
No.
Probably has like
Yeah.
1 too.
Bella's then going to use her bonus action to wild shape into a black bear, and for flavor, because she's a doll, I imagine that it is smaller than a normal black bear, but it's also like a wooden toy black bear.
Okay. So like a marionette black bear.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect.
And that's her turn. So now she's like looking with the water spreading out and all these people on the side as she is turned into a black bear.
Okay. Harnock, it is your turn. You were knocked from Brill's pocket. You're knocked out of your wild shape. You're a full-sized Harnock again, and you are prone. What are you doing?
So I'll use my movement to stand up. Harnock was not ready for this. Harnock's always ready. JK. Well, this kind of sucks. Okay. Very, very specific things are gonna have to happen.
Well, let's make them happen, Captain.
So, what Harnock is going to do is he's going to use his bonus action. And this is gonna be weird.
Okay, it's Harnock. I expect nothing less. Is it a goldfish?
He turns into a gold. No. So I would like to use Sense Lifeblood on the doll.
Okay. And what does that do?
It's a bonus action. As part of casting the spell, I have to expend 2 of my hit dice, which I will do. So I go down to 5 of those. And let's come back. I can sense whether and how 2 or more creatures I can see are related biologically. I can sense life flowing in creatures I can see.
Okay, so you just want to know if the creature, if the doll is alive?
Well, basically, so I can tell if they're related biologically. In addition, I know their current hit points, if they're equal to or below max, or half. And when I deal damage to the creature, I roll my 2 hit dice as additional damage.
Okay. So are you at max, or are you closer to max or closer to half?
Bella is untouched.
Yeah.
Bella is at max, and I think, does it get the black bear stats because she's a black bear and has that HP currently?
I would think so, yes.
So it would get that she appears to be a black bear with 19 hit points.
Okay. This is where I'm having problems with my ADHD brain.
That's okay.
So
We'll
it's a 30-foot arena.
Yep.
We all just got knocked prone.
Yep.
I want to cast Ice Storm, which is a 20-foot radius.
Okay.
But I want to hit as much of them and as least of us as possible.
So it seems like the three of us, you, me, and Brill, are basically right next to each other in a straight line. And Bella is the only one who moved away from the initial group of the enemies.
Yeah, we kind of
So
rushed Flint.
So
Yeah,
you could like place it towards the back of the arena, I guess, but then you'd probably hit some people in the stands too.
Oh, Harnack. I don't care about that.
Yeah, well, you're not. Your magic will stop at the arena. Like they're not
Yeah.
dumb. They've got their own rules. So you'll be whatever's in the arena happens in the arena. So you could position it like Chip said to hit them. It would be so you're by Flint. You guys are all by Flint. So you would be able to hit Grand, probably Dan, and the Black Bear.
I would like to do that
Okay.
with Ice Storm. So it's a 20-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder.
Okay.
Each creature in the cylinder must make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's using my spell save DC. It didn't say that.
Yeah.
That'd be a 15 for save.
Okay. 15 dex at disadvantage because you're all soaking wet from getting pummeled by the tidal wave. Except for Bella, not Bella, because she cast that.
And
Bella
Flint
failed
dodged
anyway.
it as well.
It doesn't matter if you're wet. You are all wet from the spell. So if you're wet, you're rolling your save at disadvantage because you're getting ice stormed on top of wet clay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that hitting any of us, like OG party us?
No.
No. It'll be Dan, Grand, and
Bella.
Bella.
Okay, so Flint's not rolling for it.
Yeah. No, Flint's right by you. You guys are all right by Flint.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so that's a save for Grand.
Okay.
What is it? 15? Is that what I'm trying to beat?
Yeah, 15.
Oh yeah, then that's it.
Okay. So they
Bella
both
failed.
say Bella fails. Okay, what's your damage, Harnack?
Okay, so 2d8 bludgeoning and 4d6 cold. So 2d8.
Fucking hell. I'm probably gonna die for this.
9 and 4d6 cold. So 14, so that'd be 23 plus the 2 additional dice.
To Bella, correct?
Yes. It just says creatures, but I would assume I have to target that.
It's whoever you used your blood sense on.
Yeah. So
How much damage was it for normal people?
5, so 2d8.
So 11 for Dan and Grand.
Yeah, because you both have.
So Black Bear form drops. Bella is a doll and has taken 4 damage.
So 14, 14, and 9. So Bella's taking 37 halved.
No, Bella failed.
Oh, Bella failed, then you're taking the full 37.
37, so 19, so 18. Okay.
And Hailstorm turn the storm areas of effect into difficult terrain until the end of the next turn.
Okay, perfect. All right. Is that all for Harnack?
That is Harnack's EOT.
Okay. So you are back at the top with Flintlock Wood.
Flint's got owies.
Please shoot these motherfuckers.
I'm trying. They're really close.
Move away, I dare you.
Where is my thing? Oh. So, I'm going to use my cunning action to disengage,
Okay.
and I will get as far away as I'm allowed in the small arena with 30 feet of movement.
Yep, pretty much one side of the arena to the other.
He took a lot of damage from Stork. I feel like Fun's gonna go for Stork again. 820. 22.
Does not hit.
God damn it. So I already used that. Alright, yep. That's Fun's turn.
Alright, so after Flint, it was Dan, right?
Yes. If Flint didn't know if he had anything aside from his one shot. Aren't you dual wielding your pistols?
Yeah, but I used my bonus action to disengage.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. If that's it for you, then it is Dan's turn.
Speaking of bonus actions, I'm gonna turn and point my finger at Stark and just curse him with my hex blade. Isn't it 7? No, it just happens. Okay, and then how close is he to me? I'm assuming he's 5 feet away from me. I think.
I have no idea what you said. It was very garbled. I heard
How-
point fingers at Storic.
Am I?
He's Hexblade cursing Storic.
Okay.
And Stark rushed over to the group, so I'm in melee range, correct?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm just gonna take a swing at you with my fucking sword. That is a 23 to hit.
Does not hit.
Doesn't? Fuck's sake.
Storic has like an 87 AC.
25.
Close enough.
Okay, well, my second attack just gets it.
There we go.
25. Right, and then roll damage. That's 8 damage on the first attack. If I want to use action surge, is that a bonus action or is that something I can do?
Action surge just happens.
Okay, well then I'm going to use my fucking action surge to get a second set of attacks. Well, I know for a fact a 16 doesn't hit. Fuck's sake. And a 10 doesn't hit. Okay.
Nope.
Hang on, if I roll on Beyond, does that automatically add a hexblade damage?
No, you
Yeah.
have to add it. You should have to add it. It should just be like what, 2 or 3?
Yeah, plus 3 damage. So what did I say it was? Like 8 or something?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
that's
so
11.
Yeah, add an extra 3 damage, and then
Cool.
I know for a fact if I move, I'm gonna get swiped at, but I need to move. So he's gonna turn around and fuck off.
All right. So that'll be an opportunity attack from, I believe. No, who was in melee with you?
Storic spent his reaction. Brill is in melee, and depending on where Harnock landed, he's in melee as well.
I think it's Brill.
Yeah.
Is the closest. So if you want to take your reaction opportunity attack on Dan as he tries to run away, you certainly can.
Yeah. Nope. That was a 4+.
Yeah, that doesn't hit. Badly.
Plus, it would be a disadvantage since we're still prone.
That's true. Brill is prone. Yeah, still 4+.
All right. So Dan moves away. And
Yeah, but-
now it is Grand's turn.
Wonderful. Grand is going to invisibly move away from where everybody's bunched up.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to cast Armor of Agathis on themselves at a 4th level.
What does that give you? 20 extra hit points? Or
20 temp HP, and every time someone hits Brand with a melee attack while they have the temp HP,
yep, it's cold
creature will
damage.
take 20 cold damage.
Yep. I just wasn't sure. Level 4 I thought was 20. I know at 1 it's
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, it's 20 at 4. And that is going to be their turn. That's it.
Okay. So she's still invisible, but now she's cackling with frozen energy.
Yeah.
All right. Brill.
Brill is also going to bonus action disengage and back up.
Okay.
And
I don't
then...
think you need to. There's nobody in front of us anymore.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He backed off.
Yep.
She is going to shoot an arrow at Grand, I think.
Brand is invisible, so you will be at disadvantage.
Nope, so not him. I lied. Then it's Dan.
Yeah, you've got Dan, Bella, and Flint you could aim at.
Or no, Bella just got messed up by Harnock. She's going to shoot at Bella. 6 plus 6 is 12. Bella has a 13 AC, so Brill's Radiant Arrow goes shooting over Bella's short head.
Okay.
Brill is still going to show bonus action dash and move like as far to the edge of the arena near the gate as possible.
Okay.
I will say I don't. It's only 30 feet across, right? 30 feet from longest point to longest point.
Yeah. Yep.
Would you need to dash?
No.
I don't, but I don't think Brill really has any other bonus action at this time.
Bonus action dodge.
Rogue does not get dodge.
Oh,
They
is
get
that
dash, disengage, or hide. Monk gets dodge, yeah.
That's fine. So you want to just Speedy Gonzalez to the near where the gate to go out is. Yeah, you're about 10 foot down in like a fighting from the floor, and the platform to get out is raised, so it's not there. But you could be over underneath of where the gate is. That's fine. All right, if that's EOT for Brill, Storic.
All right. Storic. Not a big fan of the sensation of being hurt. Storic is going to take his action to doff his shield, action surge, and chuck his shield at Dan as an improvised weapon.
Okay.
With his first attack.
Okay. So your improvised weapon will do as much damage as your unarmed strike.
Okay. So that is a 17 to hit.
Yeah, that cocks me right in the back of the fucking head.
Alright. And it deals 6 damage.
Oh, yay. Feels great to be this low already.
Stork will then use his movement to run at Bella and use his extra attack to hit her with the now two-handed longsword.
Okay.
That is also a 17.
That does hit.
That is 29 damage.
Okay. 66 minus 29, 37. Bella's looking beat up, but not like she's just past bloody.
All right, is that EOT for it? Okay. Bella, it is your turn.
Yeah, I don't think the puppet has good blood to drink.
That is correct. Bella is going to use her other wild shape to turn into a dire wolf. And then is going to, I believe, I have to look at dire wolf again. Yeah, gonna just try and bite out and make a bite at Storic.
Okay.
I don't think it hits because Storic has crazy AC. But that would be a 21, which I think misses.
That'll hit now that Stork's doffed the shield.
Oh, okay. So that hits. Crap. That's 2d6 plus 3. 5 damage. And you do need to make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
All right.
DC 13.
Fail.
That's
Stork.
wild.
Stork's gotten 3 nat ones tonight.
That's unfortunate. I apologize. But yeah. So does not like being hit. So she turns into a direwolf and again, kind of like a marionette, and bites your leg and pulls it out from under you.
And what was that damage again?
5.
5. Okay.
All right. Is that EOT for Bella?
That is bonus action, so I do believe so.
Okay. Harnock.
Oh my. I'm definitely not liking the doll. I'm going to. So is it just Stork and the doll? No one else within like 10 feet of them?
Yeah, I
Correct.
think everybody away from you.
Okay. So I am going to cast. I'm gonna cast Wither and Bloom on top of Stork and the doll.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cast at a 3rd level, so it's 3d6 on a failed save, on a con saving throw for Bella.
And I believe I used direwolf stuff for this.
Yeah.
Chris,
DC 15.
don't work on this battery.
That is a 17.
Gosh darn you. Alright, so 3d6, you'll take half as much.
What kind of damage is it?
Necrotic.
Okay.
So 5.
Okay.
2 damage to you.
Okay.
But I'm going to get. Stork can spend one of your unspent hit dice to regain a number of HP equal to that roll plus my spellcasting mod,
Cool. Thank
which is
you.
5. Or, yeah, no, 7, actually. Sorry.
All right. Well, I gain 8 hit points. Jesus.
And. What? Oh, and I completely apologize. Bella takes the 2d8 bonus. I forgot that last minute. So that's another 8 damage.
Okay.
That is not part of Wither and Blue, so I can't get any of that away.
All right.
That's
At the end of all right. So, Fred, you walk up to this casket in the center of the room. What do you do?
Is it locked?
It's not locked.
Then I slowly go over and open it.
All right, you open it. You look inside, and much to your chagrin, you notice it's empty. And you hear this sort of howl, like hollow cackling fill the room. A woman's howl.
Show yourself, you evil bitch. I had enough of your
I knew
games.
you were coming. And this sort of cool mist floats through the air near you. Go ahead and roll Fred's initiative.
Thank you. advantage on that. Yeah.
What do you got for Fred?
21.
21. Okay. Good. So Fred will go first. The room is about the same size as the arena, about 30 foot by 30 foot. And in the corner of the room, as the cool breeze floats over you, the woman materializes. And she wants you to make her a dexterity saving throw. DC 18 dexterity saving throw as she hurls a flaming ball of anger in your direction.
That is a 12. I think.
Great.
Wait, no, hang on. Fuck, I need to add my proficiency modifier. That's still a 17. I don't fucking get anything.
Yeah, so it's still a fail.
Yeah.
So you will take 42 fire damage as a fireball erupts. And it will be your turn.
Okay. Then, from the seemingly, well, not seemingly, the very unexpected attack, he's going to get back to his feet, presumably, and then just rage. Activate his rage and just rush towards her.
Okay.
He's just going to take 2 swings at her with his sword.
Okay.
I think that's 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Okay, and then second attack. Well, that's a natural 17, so that hits.
Yep, that will hit.
And then damage for the first one is 11. And damage for the second one is 6. Did not roll well. Bonus actions. What do you use bonus action? And then that should be the end of the turn.
Okay. So then it will be her turn again. And, well, first of all, she's going to take her legendary action at the end of your turn.
Okay.
Let me get my bloody D20 out here. All right.
Oh, I forgot. He's an ancestral guardian, whatever it's called, barbarian. So he's got like a bunch of spirits around him as well.
Okay.
I don't know how that works. I've never really used it before, but it's cool.
Okay. 24 to hit.
That hit by 2 points.
Okay, so you will take 7 piercing plus 10 necrotic, and your maximum hit points are reduced by 10. As she bites you.
I am immune to necrotic damage.
You're immune to necrotic?
Yes.
Okay, you're still going to take...
Half already, or?
No, 7 isn't halved, that's just piercing, and then the 10 is necrotic. So if you're immune to necrotic, you won't take the necrotic, but you'll still take the 7 piercing.
Yes, but I'm raging, so that'll be what? 4 damage?
Yes.
3. Round down.
How, and it's how many from my total?
I'm sorry, what?
How many from my max total?
None, because you're immune to necrotic.
Oh, cool. I only take
All
3
right.
damage.
So that's her legendary action. Now it is her turn. She will. Where did the fucking dice go? She will swipe at you with her claws. 15. Does 15 hit you?
No, it does not.
Okay, so that's the first one. The second one is 17. Does 17 hit you?
Neither hit me.
Okay. And she will take her next legendary action to move away from you without provoking opportunity attack. She will move from where she's at in one corner all the way to the other.
That's fair.
And it will be your turn again.
Okay. So she's basically just run past me to the other side of the room, correct?
Yeah.
Although I'm just gonna follow her straight over to the other side of the room and attack her with my sword again.
Okay.
That is a 22 to hit on the first attack.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. And then a 19 on the second one. So,
19 does hit as well. Armor class 16.
that is 7 damage for the first attack. And 11 for the second one. Boom. No, right. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. How much was the second?
11.
7. Okay. So it will be her turn again, and she's going to do her legendary at the end of your turn, and then she will take hers, and then we'll bounce back to the arena because these battles are happening simultaneously. So she will use her legendary action to again move the hell away from you, and for her turn, she would like you to make another dexterity save DC 18 as she hurls another fireball at you.
That is a 20.
Okay, so you'll only take half damage, so half of 42 is what, 21?
Yes.
Okay. So we will bounce back over to the arena where we are at the top of the order with Flintlock Wood.
Flintlock Wood.
Flintlock Wood.
Alright. Flint's gonna say, screw this stone person, he's not hitting him. I have so many tabs open right now.
I get it. I got my laptop in front of my regular computer.
Okay. So Flint's gonna skirt around the outside. He's probably gonna move roughly. He might use his full movement. He's gonna try and get as far away from Harnock as possible. So he's probably gonna use his full movement to try and do that.
Okay.
And if that movement is at least 20 feet, then I don't need anyone next to Harnock to sneak attack him.
You should be able to get that if you're moving around.
Yeah, at 3rd level, again, I don't need advantage on the attack to use sneak attack, as long as me or my mount have moved 20 feet, and if I don't have a disadvantage on the attack roll.
Okay.
So, he's gonna fire. So 20. That is a 12 plus 1. Okay, so player against player, I met Harnock's DC.
You met his AC?
Yeah, his
Me
AC.
too.
Okay, so Flint is gonna hit, and that'll just get a lot of damage. That's gonna be 2d4. Right, it was 2d4 piercing. So not +5. That's a lot. Oh well, he rolled 2 1s. That's nice. So 2 off that, and then sneak attack is 1d6. Increases as shown in the sneak attack column. So 7th level, so he's got 4d6. 4. Yikes. That's 17 damage on the first shot. Does sneak attack work with my bonus action offhand shot?
Sneak attack is once per
No.
turn.
Once per turn? Okay.
Yeah.
So if you attacked like with a attack of opportunity, you get sneak attack then, but not with like a second attack on your turn.
Gotcha. Okay, so it's just a normal 2d4. For another 3 damage.
What's your
Harnack
total?
not looking good. What'd you say, Hooli? Sorry.
I was just asking what your total damage that you dealt was.
Oh, total damage dealt. So meet that to 20 damage.
All right, and is that end of turn for Flint?
Yep, that's the end of Flint's turn.
All right. So Dan.
Harnack just took 2 to the chest.
All right. Harnack hasn't moved this entire time, has he? Oh, shit, yo.
Mm-mm. He got knocked over by the tidal wave and then had to use his full movement to stand up.
Right. Okay, then. Screw it. Holding up his fingers again, Dan's going to fire off 2 Eldritch Blasts towards Harnack because he's really pissed about his outfit getting soaked. That is a 14 to hit on the first attack.
14?
Yes.
That hits.
14 on the first one. That is a 20 on the second one.
That's gonna hit.
Yes. And then damage for the first one is 8 damage.
8.
And then that's not good. 8 damage again. Fuck hell, I rolled the exact same thing fucking twice. And then bonus action. What do I have for bonus actions? How far away from me is he? Since he hasn't moved, I'm assuming he's about what, 10, 15 feet away from me.
You muted, Hooli.
Yeah. If you were,
Well,
you're
it doesn't
probably
matter.
about 15 or so feet.
Okay. Then I'm gonna rush up to him as close as possible and attack him with a Shadow Blade. Because it's a bonus action spell. What do I need to roll to attack, or just
It's a finesse weapon attack.
I need to roll 1d20 plus my what, dexterity? Because it doesn't give me a 2 attack.
Yeah, it's your choice, strength or dexterity, because it's finesse.
Right, okay. Buddy, give me a dice. Give me a dice. 20, 1. Okay. Well, that's an 11, so I don't think that's going to hit.
Nope.
Nope, that's not going to hit. By the way, I'm standing right beside him now.
Okay.
What's up, fucker?
Mm.
All right. It is. If that is EOT for Dan, then it is Gran's turn.
You said it's Grand?
Yes.
All right. Grand, now that they're fully hidden and armored up, is going to start blasting. As an Eldritch Blast comes at 2 at Storic and 1 each at the other 2 members of the party. Or wait, no. Sorry. I counted that wrong. Yeah, just 2 at Storic. That's only 2 blasts right now.
Do it. Okay.
These will be at advantage since they're invisible.
Yep.
That's a nat 20. And that's a 26.
Okay.
So Storic's going to take
Critical damage.
3d10 plus 10 force damage here.
I don't do double dice. I just do double damage.
Oh, okay.
So whatever you roll is.
That's a 10 on the crit.
So 20.
So 25, 30 damage. 30 damage for the first ray. 14 for the second.
Okay. What do you have? Agonizing Blast?
Yeah.
Yep. Fantastic. So how much did you do in total?
Let's see. 30 plus 14, 44.
40. Yeah.
Storic is not looking good at all.
Okay.
Yeah, Harnock's barely standing.
Wait, is this
Storic-
the first fight where Brill isn't going to be the first one to go down?
Storic has 6 hit points left.
Harnock's got 4.
Storic just got wiped from 50 to 6.
Yeah, I'm at 12.
Yeah, it's looking a little rough. All right, is that EOT for Grand?
She's gonna take her movement to go and stand invisibly right next to Bella.
Okay. Brill.
Brill doesn't have a ton. Brill is going to... She's gonna try and bonus action use her evil eye on probably Dan, because Grand is the one invisible.
Yep,
Yeah.
Grand is invisible, yep.
Okay, so she needs a charisma saving throw from Dan.
What's your DC?
That's a natural 20 for 27.
Doesn't
Okay.
matter.
You gotta have charisma, this bitch.
She's also gonna shoot an arrow at Dan.
Okay, that's fair. Like you could probably hit it.
Oh, does she finally hit? That is a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's 6 plus 2 piercing damage and then 12 radiant damage.
Oh, I'm knocked the fuck out.
As the arrow, as it leaves the bow, turns into this, radiant light arrow that shoots across and slams into Dan.
All right, so Dan goes down.
And that is her turn.
All right. Storic.
Storic sees Dan go down and immediately is going to use his action to disengage, rush over to Dan, and spend a fury point to make a bonus action bite attack on Dan's unconscious body.
Phew.
And it'll be an auto hit because he's down, so.
Yep.
Which is an instant
so-
failure, if I'm correct.
And Dan also needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
No save. Dan's down, and it's an
Okay.
one automatic fail on his death. So, what is it? What is the con save?
Heals me for 2d6 if he fails.
Yeah, you just go ahead. He'll automatically fail. He's unconscious, so you go ahead and roll your heal back.
Cool. Storic got 5 hit points back.
Okay.
And that's bonus action movement and action. to disengage.
All right, Bella.
Bella, seeing an opening with Storic disengaging from her, is going to lunge forward and make a bite attack. Oh, I lied. Bonus action, Bella's going to consume a 3rd level spell slot to convert them into mutation points. And she's
Okay.
going to spend 1 point to give herself an 1 to AC. So the body like contorts and these wooden plates grow out, thickening the armor on the direwolf. And
Okay.
then as she does it, her teeth start dropping venom as the other two go into venomous attack. There's no action for using them.
Okay.
And then she's going to rush forward and make a bite attack against Harnock. Oof. Does a 12 hit Harnock?
No.
Then she does not hit. And she does not have multi-attack as a direwolf.
Does she only have one? I thought
Direwolf
direwolves
only
had
has one
multi-attack.
attack. Nope. They just have bite.
All right.
Yep, so that is her turn.
Okay. Harnock, it's your turn.
So, Harnock's kind of wobbly. He dodges the wolf real quick. He's going to stare down at it. You don't know the powers you're messing with. And he's going to use his Staff of Healing to cast Mass Cure Wounds.
Ooh.
Nice.
Which is 3d8.
+5, right?
Plus my spellcasting ability modifier, which is +5. And a 30-foot radius, which covers the entire arena. Obviously only targeting our party.
You don't want to bring Dan back?
Yeah, come on, dude.
So everybody in our party gets 26 HP.
Nice.
And then Harnock's also gonna continue being a badass with Divine Sangromancy. And anytime an allied creature regains hit points within 30 feet of me, I get to spend a hit die to add that to the result.
Okay.
So that's 3 of us.
Okay.
So everybody gets an extra. Well, wait, hold up. Sorry. Let me reread that. And I can add the hit die to the result.
Yeah, so you only need to do one.
So it's only just the one. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 1d8. Let me fix my hit die before I forget to do that. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Hit die are very important to him. And then 1d8. So 29 HP to everybody.
Okay, fantastic.
Rilla's back to full.
Storic is just barely back above half.
I'm just having enough.
Just
You're
having a
just
nap
having
over here.
Yeah.
She just face down, hands on the head, just nothing.
Is that EOT for Harnock?
Sorry, one second. I'm fully reading the staff for a second. Send one or more of its charges. I can use an action, so it was my full action. Okay. So the person who's next to me is now down. So I'm going to back up even. I'm going to back up kind of like behind Stork now.
All right, so Bella will take opportunity attack against Harnock.
Hey, watch out for the big doggy.
And that's an 11.
Does not hit.
All right.
Well,
That is EOT.
Oh.
All right, we are back at the top with Flint. Flintlock Wood.
Lockwood. Well, he is not excited about what just happened.
Well, hold on before we go. We are 2 hours, about 2:15 into session. I don't usually like to stop in a battle, but I do know that not everybody can stay late. So I think because we're at the top of the round for both, that we'll pause mid-combat and finish Monday.
Okay.
Sound good?
Note, I will not be here Monday.
Yes, you will not. That's right. So we won't finish Monday. We'll finish the Monday after. When
Okey-dokey.
everybody, because I don't want to draw it out we still got. We just dropped the heel, so combat's going to go longer, right?
Mhm.
And I know it's getting kind of late. It's 9:45 here, so 10:45 EST. So that's what we'll do. We'll pause mid combat, and we'll pick it not up next week because we can't go on without Brill and Bella. So we will come back in 2 weeks and finish our battle.
Wonderful.
Yee.
Trying to make
Fun
a new
stuff.
See you guys in 2 weeks.
See you in 2 weeks. We'll catch everybody. Have a good day.
Yee.
And here goes the stream. Goodbye.
Bye bye.